Guess who's done it again? I am now in another state, yet alone again, and I've never been more fulfilled in my freaking entire life. I mean, I remember the days where I would go ahead and ask my friends from middle school, hey, what are you wearing tomorrow? Can you wear a skirt so I'm not the only one wearing a skirt? Girl, I'll wear a skirt if I want to, and no one else has to wear one. I don't know. I think there's something really poetic about that, and dang, the lighting's, oh shit, the lighting's good. I still haven't told my mom that I am legit in California right now visiting the Bay alone. And what would be her reaction? I think she'd be really happy for me, but she would be, one, very worried because I'm not carrying around pepper spray at all. I was walking around downtown Sacramento yesterday, and the amount of people that were catcalling me was like insane. I will tell my mom this someday, and I think, wow, oh my gosh, what a privilege it is to even be here alone and feeling okay to do so. I know there are so many people out there that are really worried about doing things alone, and I was once like that too, but I feel like a lot of people don't fully understand that you are literally going to be alone forever. Like, even if you have a partner, your partner is going to die someday, and it might be before you. So it's really important to even be comfortable with doing all these things alone. I think one of the biggest things that I've ever even learned growing up, I'm acting as if I'm like really old and really wise. No, I'm just 18. I think I've gone through so much life experiences that have really shaped who I am, and sometimes questions like, oh, if you could change one thing from your childhood, what would you change? I would not change a single thing. Even though I hated myself and I had no friends, my family was very dysfunctional, I would not change anything about my childhood at all, because the woman that I am now is the woman that my younger self would definitely thought was really, really cool. And I wouldn't trade it for the world at all. I mean, even now, my relationship with my mom is not even bad. It's not terrible at all. I text her and I tell her that I love her. There was this one time where I was driving to Nashville, and I called her and I just told her that I loved her, and I started crying because when do I ever do that? I never do that. I never go out of my way to call my mom. I think it was weird because like the second I called her and I was like, hey mommy, I love you, I started crying. That's so weird. I think it's really hard for me to show affection towards my mom, only because I felt neglected from her so many times, which is why it's just really, sorry, it's new to me, it's foreign. I don't like hugging my mom, but I think that the second that I am back in Washington, I will give her a very, very big hug. Once I tell her that I'm in San Francisco alone, I think she will be really, really proud of me. And she's even told me how strong I am. And she said to me one day when I was telling her about a time where my ex-friend was being really, really disrespectful to me, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna put up with your bullshit, just all that stuff. She was like, wow, I wish I was as strong as you when I was your age. Baby, you are the blueprint. Like, you are the blueprint. Behind a strong woman is another very, very strong woman, which is something I'll live by for literally ever. It is so true. Like, the strongest woman you know, there is a stronger woman standing right behind them, and that has raised them. And I don't know, I'm just really grateful for all the life experiences my mom has gone through, where she's been able to teach me and my siblings what to look out for and how to protect yourself. I think, of course, there are a lot of flaws in how my mom raised us, but I think all of my siblings and I are pretty decent people. And I think for me, growing up where I was the only one that would ever talk back to my mom, I gave my mom the worst troubles ever. I am a middle child. I'm a very naughty middle child, and I've literally given my mom hell, and I think that adds a lot of character to who I am, because yes, I am like that, I think, stereotypical middle child behavior, like, oh my gosh, like the worst child basically. But my mom and I have just always butted heads because I think we're really similar. I see a lot of myself in my mom, I had to stop talking and just reflect because, wow, I don't, wow, where am I right now? But I think that like the whole stereotype with middle children being like the worst children is just actually hilarious because you know what? I agree with it. Yep, I was actually the worst child to my mother, and sometimes I still am. Like, sometimes I just be arguing with her for fun because like it's a little fun, but also it actually like I actually hate it a lot. But I think to think of myself back when I was little, back when I seriously thought that I would not live to see the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge is just crazy to me. Like, wow. Alyssa Leo, she said to an interviewer that the interviewer asked her what she would say to her younger self, and she responded with, I wouldn't tell her a thing because she's gonna figure it out. I watched that video, that interview, I started crying because, oh wow, Alyssa Leo, the woman that you are. I have chills right now speaking about her. She is so empowering. She is just so inspiring. I've never looked up to someone on social media, like with as big of a platform that she has. I've never looked up to someone like her. Like, wow, because she's so right. You know what? Like, younger me is gonna figure it out. But I just love Alyssa. She's so wise beyond her years. She's so emotional, intelligent, and seeing where she's hit rock bottom and like look at her now is just, I feel the same way. Obviously, I'm not some crazy Olympian figure skater. Wow, she's inspiring, and I do hope that I inspire people like that as well, because the way she inspires me, I hope that I can do that for someone. I'm obviously not like big on anything. Like, I'm not. I just fucking make YouTube videos and TikToks and Instagram stuff for fun. But I still do hope that I do inspire someone out there, just because I think younger me would have really needed, I think younger me, I would have really appreciated someone like me now to guide myself through life and navigating all of that. Like, I had my sister. I looked up to Jenna so much. I still do. She is just, wow, she's a very, very, very wise woman for her age. You look at her and you think she's older. No, she's 20. You're 20? Like, she's just 20. But I think the difference is, like, I'm not saying that my siblings didn't go through any of the challenges that I've gone through, but I have expressed my challenges and my fears in a way where they haven't. Let's just throw an example out there. I constantly argue with my mom, and that is a fear that I think all my siblings and I once had. My siblings don't argue with my mom because it's just straight out of fear, and it's also like, my mom is a very stubborn person, so she's never going to get your point or whatever, and it really doesn't matter. But for me, it's more of sticking up for myself and saying what I think. It's really important to be able to voice your opinions, your thoughts, and your feelings. I have come such a long way from suppressing all of my feelings and all of my emotions to the point where I was like genuinely numb towards everything. That sounds really, really cringe, but it's so true. I had no joy in my life at all, and that was because I didn't even know what I wanted to be happy for. I was like, okay, well, I'm just living, whatever. Like, I hated everything. So now that I can speak about my emotions and how I feel so eloquently, it makes me really proud of myself. I've seen a lot of growth with my siblings, with my younger brother, my younger sister, and my older sister. They've also have come a very long way from growing up in a family where it was never okay to talk about your emotions. And if you did, you're a crybaby and you're like a chud. Like, I was always really afraid to cry in front of my mom, but now, dude, I just cry to cry. I don't even care who's watching. I don't care about how people perceive me when I cry. Crying is one of the most emotional feelings ever. It is so healthy to cry. It's so good for you. It's like when people want to listen to sad songs when they're sad just so they could cry more. I never really understood that when I was in middle school. I was like, okay, why are you listening to sad songs then? Why do you want to cry? But wow, I want to cry. It feels really good to understand why you're crying. It feels really good to understand why you're angry. And I'm at the age where I can finally figure that all out on my own, and I don't need someone to do that for me.
Miss is magic too.